can basically walk on top of the water, and it's something that you have so much contact with the nature is just something that you will never really experience in any other sport. You have full control of where you go. You have the full control of how far and how much fun you want to have. My name is Cesar Aldia. I'm a kite surfer from Victoria, and I'm the founder of Across the Bay to Conquer Cancer. Across the Bay to Conquer Cancer basically became a big kiteboarding regatta with a number of riders, all of them connected in somehow with cancer, basically reaching the two endpoints of the bay.
When you're riding, it's like when you come down on a windy day, the endorphins run, you get excited, and it's a feeling like no other. I put it down to it's like if you're a drug addict, you need more and more kiting. Once you get it, you want more and more.
Kitesurfing is an addiction.
Just the combination of the wind, the waves, being able to turn the board, being able to jump, little jumps, big jumps, and now to do long distance tours, it just wraps up everything. It's a fantastic sport.
Kitesurfing is the opportunity to find myself in the nature.
It's about being scared, and if you're scared, pushing new boundaries, really.
My mother got diagnosed with cancer in 2012, and briefly with a very aggressive type of cancer, so there was no treatment for it. So she passed away 6 months after that. I don't really have the words to describe the feeling of not being able to do anything about it. Losing your mother is always going to be the worst, or one of the very extreme experiences in life. I felt that I really want to do something about it. I felt that things couldn't continue being like that, and I felt that too many people were living the same experience, and we should all try to do something about it. One night after she passed away, I just grabbed my phone as I was in bed. I wasn't sleepy, and I posted on this forum, kitesurfing forum, my idea that I wanted to cross the bay. This is what happened to my mom, and I wanted to do it in her memory. And if anyone had a similar story or wanted to join me, they were welcome.
Oh, he put a post on online forum saying that his mother had died and that he wanted to organise this fundraiser. So I think a lot of people saw that and responded and said, yeah, well, we're happy to participate and happy to help out. So I helped out with the logistics for the event, organised the event plan, and spoke to some of the emergency services so that we got all the necessary planning in place to make it safe.
We realised this is pretty crazy. It hasn't been done before. It hasn't been done in this large group of people. It was at that point we did a bit of research and we discovered that it was basically going to be a Guinness record. Unfortunately, Guinness record had a different way of judging things, and they found that because it wasn't going to be done in a popular world-known geographic place, they couldn't take it. But in reality, we were intending to break the current record, which was crossing the English Channel by this group of guys led by Richard Branson. So we decided to run different training sessions and encouraging people to be in the water as much hours as they could. And I used to do sessions, many sessions, and inviting people to join me. But I used to spend afternoons every day after work, 2 hours going from Port Melbourne up to Elwood and back, and basically doing that. And I have spent many hours in the water these days.
Yeah, there was quite a lot of training. We would have done about 5 downwinders. Some of them were quite long. And we did some sessions as well, just on the beach. And we were getting equipment like radios and the flotation vests sorted out. That all took a bit of time, and getting lots of people organised to do the training took time as well.
A downwinder is when you go down with the wind, go down the bay with the wind, so you're going directly with the wind, and you just go from one point to the next and you don't come back.
I wanted to do it on Australia Day, and I didn't give another day. I said it was going to be on Australia Day weekend. We contacted a professional forecaster person, and he gave us the feedback to say, yep, do it. You will have wind that day. In relation to the emotions during the ride, the first half I didn't enjoy it because everything that I planned wasn't happening. Nothing. Guys were going on their own way. I can see kites everywhere. We have no control anymore. I can see the guys on the boats getting very confused on what to do. And we didn't have communication in the water. And the guy who's supposed to be riding with me leading the way, he was already moving. And one half of the group started following, the other half was waiting. A few guys started to be rescued at the very beginning. So it was a lot of frustration at the start, and then probably an hour after, I can see everyone getting together and I can see people moving together and started to get comfortable. And I can see so many kites that I thought the big majority of the group is actually in the water.
The hardest aspect, I think, was probably a combination of time on the water, but also having to stop and talk on the radio. So I had a radio with me. I was the only kitesurfer that had the radio, and to actually operate the radio, I'd usually have to stop and then plop into the water, and it was a bit difficult to actually listen to what was going on. So, and the endurance, 4.5 hours on the water was a long time. I was quite tired by the time we finished.
So you get sore arms, get sore legs. It does take a lot out of you. You have to have a lot of experience to be able to participate in this event. People kid themselves that they think they can, but I've been kiting 7 years and it's hard for me.
So it was very emotional. I see the group of people smiling each other. It's like we are about to make it, when we were already passing Brighton and then St Kilda, and a few guys who were already riding those days, that they joined us as well for a little bit of the ride. It was great, and then arriving, and on the other side it was the rest of my family. My brother flew from Chile one of my brothers flew from Chile to the event to see everyone else's family waiting for us, and a bit of media. It was just, I never really thought that this was going to happen. I never really had time to think too much, and seeing the result was amazing. And until today, I don't think I have fully digested the very first event, and we are already going for our third one. I
think from my point of view, it's a challenge, and it's helping out with a charity, and I think that's been fantastic. I think people don't realise it's a very, very difficult thing to cross the bay. It takes a lot of effort, and it's actually quite painful. So it gives you a lot of time to think out there and reflect.
Across the bay to conquer cancer became the way to me to grieve, and that was the very first time I managed to be happy after the loss of my mother, and I discovered that I was able to give the same opportunity to other people to do the same.
Well, I think after the event, Caesar was very happy that he'd been able to achieve it, and it helped him recover, if you like, a bit from the feelings he had with his mother's passing. And since then, he's now very enthusiastic and motivated and back to normal, I think. So he's moving on, and certainly hasn't forgotten, but he's using his energy now in a very positive way.
He was a great person. He's become even better, I think. I'm proud to call him a friend.
I will continue doing this until this event becomes one of the biggest events in Australia and hopefully in the world to raise money for cancer. It has to be the #1 event in the water to raise money for cancer.